All right. Last time, the party came back to the Witch's Tower with an obelisk and got it built. And we pretty much left off there.
That's what I remember.
I figured we would do our downtimes there. Now, I wonder if you'd let me retcon that I actually brought the materials to do a scroll crafting, though I wouldn't really be able to do the sale. I'd have to...
For the most part, I think this week we're going to say pretty much you guys don't have access to any facilities, and we'll just go ahead and hand wave the downtime this time around.
Roughing it.
Yeah, roughing it this time. Boredom out in the woods, but these two wizards have been quite entertained between the two of them as Dex is making his minor modifications and stability adjustments to the obelisk, even within the Redshift, throughout the about 11 days you guys have before it clears. Fortunately, you did have a cart. You were able to bring enough food with you to last the week and into your next quest. So before we head right back out into the world, you guys you're here for a week. You've got the six of you, Dex and Witch Guardian Arissa, hanging out. Is there anything you'd like to chat about or plan amongst yourselves before we get zooming?
Yo, Montlarin, it's about time. About time I get serious about this kind of shit. Like, how do you actually go about like putting your armor on and shit like that? And he asks you a bunch of monotonous questions about like armor caretaking and shit like that. Like,
yeah, as a former squire, Lauren would be happy to tell you about that in excruciating detail.
Yeah, and then over the next few days,
that falls in the category of one leg at a time, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what I thought.
3 days, you see Alvis Taver looks a little bit cleaner, more like, yes, he's meticulous about how clean he is. He uses magic to clean himself. But, under his robes, you can see he's turned his rabbit hides and some leftover metal he's found into gorget.
Oh, good.
Or other things like that. He looks more fit as well. You might have seen him getting up earlier and, doing calisthenics.
Did you get a screenshot of that? Because that'd be pretty funny.
You took a level of what?
I took a level in fighter.
Nice.
And
I think I want to see Alvis Taver doing calisthenics.
Did you say I was supposed to raise one of my stats by 1?
That's not a level 6 thing, unless.
Let me check what you've got. You are currently you're 5th level, so no level ups yet. You need like 525 more XP. I think I don't remember mentioning any stats needing to change.
Okay, I thought you sent me text, but maybe that was an old one.
Allow me to scroll up. Do you remember when?
No, it was. I was looking to send you a text about. I was trying to send you a DM about events in.
That's right.
In MMOs.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Okay, good.
No stat updates necessary. You're all good.
Good. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. On that subject, though, as a reminder for all of our prepared spellcasters, if anybody would like to change your prepared spells, now's the time. If anybody did not take a long rest last time, now's the time. You guys have ample time to relax and get your wind all ready for a full scale scouting adventure this time around.
Is the spell list I can look?
Your spell list is static. You are essentially a very low-level sorcerer, Alvis Tavern.
Oh, okay. So neither my cantrips nor my level 1 spells.
Yeah, they don't change out.
There's no way for an arcane trickster to learn new spells other than leveling.
Well, yeah, I think so. Let me double check while we're here. I'm pretty sure it's just I'm not super familiar with the arcane trickster, but I think it's pretty much just leveling up. You have the spells known table. It must be an enchantment or illusion spell of your choice. The spells you learn at particular levels can come from any school of your class. When you gain a level, you can replace one as long as it fulfills the requirements. And yeah, that's it. Now, of course, as a character who has access to the wizard spell list, I believe you can, for example, cast any wizard spell scroll if you were to find one, even if it's not on your list normally.
Okay. But likewise, I would also assume that would have to be any arcane trickster spell level that I increase in. So
yeah, exactly. It would as you level up in fighter, you won't be gaining the levels here.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's how that works. All right. Nope. That's why I went that way. I am essentially a debuff.
Dude, what the hell? 17th level, you can just steal a spell from a wizard? Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. But you've hinted at that we might not get that far.
We're not hitting 1720. No, unfortunately.
Yep. And so I'm hearing him for other things. What I really wanted, if he had the capability of being a warlock, was I was going to get up to Pack of the Chain and then buff Keen up to some fiendish abomination.
That would have been cool. I was totally down with that. I was a little bit sad you couldn't swing the charisma, but oh well.
Yeah. I kind of like this way too. Essentially, Montlarin, if you pry at all, Alvis Tavern has been inspired kind of by your heroics, and he has only taken up so much as the artificiality of being a paladin.
Yeah, I get it. Nice.
So much so that his fighting style is defense, it's not protect. So he even learned how to defend himself better, but not other people.
Well, at least he's consistent.
Yeah, our rogues are rocking AC 18 now, by the way.
Nice.
That's good. So that happened. So Albus, you're all set. Montlarin, I think, did you level up as well?
No, I had actually leveled a couple of sessions back, right?
Oh, you were the first one. Okay, that's
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody leveled last time.
Everybody
We've
else
got
is
a
pretty
couple of
close.
people who are close, yeah, including me.
All right. And anything else? I think we all know where you're going, unless we want to give that a refresher today.
Well, let's get some more information from Arissa about what is this place and kind of like why is it the third place we're going to instead of it was not the first?
Right. So so you she talked a little bit about it last time, but to kind of reiterate a little bit of what she said, basically the artifact that was locked up by the organization of powerful spellcasters that did this once long ago in Bessoff, hundreds of years before even the Redshift began, according to her. She is she says she's something like fifth in line of the Guardians of the Flower Sea, and she was pretty old when she died. So there's quite a heritage here. she explains that obviously the main reason for keeping these keys all separated was they couldn't figure out how to destroy the artifact, or maybe whoever put it away wanted to keep it on hand just in case. Even though it's a big terrible thing, perhaps not destroying it outright is the wiser choice. But the intention was for these things to stay hidden indefinitely, protected, and ensure that nobody could get to them. Really, the three locations are. She says they were most likely determined by some point of power in the land itself.
Like ley lines?
Yeah. The Flower Sea itself is. I mean, you've been there. It's a huge hallowed area that's been that way for thousands of years. It's hardly changed a bit in all that time. And the great tree that you all visited was a shame to hear that it's dead by now, but in its time was a mighty magical tree at the center of a major forest of the region.
And what about this third location?
Well,
what is notable about its history?
The third location is a little bit more unique than the other two, because rather than a more natural site, it is a site that once belonged to a powerful dwarven clan. Now, they had more or less spread or died out by the time my time came around. But in my time, there were still guardians there, and they took care of what remained of the construction that was originally built in the area. And again, I can't exactly speak to the specifics of what you'll find there. But you can expect the kind of handcrafted obstacles designed to the sort that you might see in a tomb preventing raiders and that sort of thing.
Like Golem?
I would not be shocked if I were you to run into some kind of stone guardians, indeed. That is the sort of thing that they usually worked in over there.
I see. Are we going to the tower in the water?
No. We're talking about currently the Dancing Hills site. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. So if we were gonna, just making sure.
So, question 2, Ambergreen. Are any of your distant relations from the Dancing Hills? Since this is a dwarven site.
That is very much up to him whether he has any Veshan heritage, I suppose.
I was gonna say, if I do, I don't know about it.
Man, he's drunk on this life. Why would he want to know about his ancestors? He needs
if you like.
This is lore so that he can write his own story.
This is totally up to you, but if you'd like to throw a history check, we could potentially integrate some stuff.
Well, there's a certain uniqueness here with seeing a dwarven site, and we have a dwarf.
Yeah, that means I'll at least be able to probably
those tribes tended to be those clans tended to be somewhat iconoclastic, but they are also like the race was very tribal in terms of once a dwarf, always a dwarf.
That's generally true for dwarves. You tend to have you tend to have like clusters of dwarves here and there who
Yeah,
are
I kind of ran away from home.
Well, it's like Naya has spent some time with the dwarves. They were part of her training for healing. And so she learned quite a lot about their culture. And this is one of the things that she discovered in the storytelling was that a dwarf is a dwarf is a dwarf. And there's almost no such thing as an outcast, because if you're a dwarf, then you belong.
So
regardless of clan.
With that 19, my question for you is, would you like to have any Veshan knowledge in your background somewhere, whether or not you're related to them? Or is that something you think Amber Green would have no idea about, nor his family?
His family might know, but this would be something that he had heard from somebody in passing, because he was really pretty much always his own dude, not really paying attention to what his parents were doing.
Yeah, okay. So in that case, with that role, you kind of get your memory jogged a little bit just hearing about the sort of stuff that we're talking about. And it pops into your head like, oh yeah, you maybe heard about the dwarves of Vesoth once or twice. Your knowledge of them is sort of scarce. There weren't a lot of them, but the ones who lived there, supposedly, the dwarves of Vesoth lived there before Vesoth itself was a country, and they were kind of, self-contained in their little areas, and then everybody else swooped in. Eventually, the Elven Kingdom got established, and the dwarves were still around, and they were generally pretty friendly. They were seen as a strong core to the civilization that was kind of always there and always reliable. And in general, if you hear about them, they tend to feature in the sort of role in any sort of legendary history as the group of people that Veshans would go to within their own country to do things like help bolster their armies or build a powerful vault, as we're discussing now, or help them find some unknown or ancient magic, or commune with some earthly god of some sort that may have walked the land there long ago, and that sort of thing.
I think.
So, for you, these dwarves being a part of this kind of guardianship, kind of precisely fits their role that they had in anything you heard about them, as far as Veshan history goes.
Gotcha. I would tell everybody that stuff.
Amber Green, was there any mention of a particular skill? The dwarves that I knew, and in my time with the dwarves, it's like each clan, each location kind of had a specialty, something that they were good at, something that they became noted for. Do you remember, or was it ever mentioned, if the dwarves of Vesoth had a gift like that or a talent?
It just seems like probably artifice.
Yeah, that's generally a safe bet. You don't recall anything specific, but Arissa will chime in, and she'll say, well, you might have already noticed with the other two, but and the vault, but the organization that put away this artifact was a sort of water worshipping group. I wouldn't. I'm the guardian, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'm part of them. They're long. They were long gone in my time. But the dwarves who lent them their aid were certainly allies, if not part of the same. So maybe a bit unusual, but that tends to be their thing.
All right.
So golems and traps.
I'm guessing something like that.
No,
Yeah.
I was joking when I said traps, but
No, artifice would be traps and illusion.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've seen evidence of all three in one form or another in the other two vaults. So
Yep.
mm-hmm.
And so we're walking into a place where this is what they're known for. So,
right.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
I'm sure you'll be fine. You got the first two, right?
They did say this one might have something to do with water, though. Vanilla
The same.
Is Dex coming with us? Or is he going to stay here with Arissa?
He'll be sticking around. He's actually going to be working with Arissa throughout the next several days, trying to. They've been having some conversations about how they could potentially sort of attach her tower to the obelisk that he's put up. Somehow hook up her interface into that thing.
He's found a new paramour.
And has word been relayed back to the brigadier?
Good question.
On
I
a
was gonna
regular
ask
basis.
that too.
Yeah.
Yes,
I presume
your communication device is in full working order. So by the time, pretty much shortly after the first wave, you're all able to report in with a successful obelisk up, and basically good news. Keep up the good work, and Dex will set himself to do what needs to be done for the next couple of weeks until people can come up here and start building a proper camp. Outpost, indeed. And I believe there was some talk of maybe like building a small wall around the outside of this, something like that. So that might be achievable.
Alvis Tavern is being very poignant about, no, outposts, not camps. This is potentially scouting and warfare. Defensive.
Dex nods. He says that's a good point.
It gets people thinking differently. We might also be able to advertise it too to the main place so we can get more people here. And then he goes off on, business.
Well, I don't ask too much about the advertising business. That's a job for the folks back home. They've got it more than covered.
You say that, but they haven't even sent a single portraitist, no impressionist, no storytellers, other than Amber Green. But Amber Green is he got here differently. Where are the remembrancers?
That's funny.
I suppose that it would be a fine place to bring a painter, but
Alpha Tavern makes some dramatic pose right next to freaking Montlarin, who generally looks stoic and like a paladin, flex. It's completely accurate.
And we all have a chuckle.
You'll be the one who has to convince Lucette, though, if you're trying to convince her to make room for painters and musicians in the budget. You understand?
I bet one of the other company members could help with this. Mercutio would understand. He knows about art and beauty. Mercurio?
No, you got his name right the first time.
Okay.
Although Mercurio is a good pun.
I know he's shrewd, but I didn't think he was quite mercurial.
No. Mercurio, as in he's a shopkeeper and he has curios.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that. And Mercurio is one of my new shopkeeper names because it's pretty damn good.
Understood.
All right, we explained the joke. Right then. So, does anybody else have any business to attend to?
Don't think so.
I don't.
Shall we then?
Absolutely.
I believe so.
Okay. So you've got a general heading, Albus Tavern, on your map of the land so far. It is in uncharted territory for you, but it's not too far from charted territory. All right, then let me just make sure the map is in a fine state for you all. Yeah, that's proper.
You saying I should be making a cartography roll here soon to update my map or something?
Yeah, you don't need to. Albus Tavern is good enough with it that he can do it as you walk. It's just a matter of he can't do much else if he's working on it moment to moment.
Oh yeah. So we might not be able to travel any faster, make benefits.
Basically,
you can ride on my horse.
Yeah, basically, Albus Tavern wouldn't be able to be the scout or look for food or anything else. His job while hiking is to keep up with the map.
Yep, I understand.
Unless you prefer to change it at some point, but yeah. So can everybody see the map and none of the covered spaces?
I can see a good map.
Yeah,
Great.
It's all good.
All right, so
Yeah, looks right.
Your Arissa was able to inform you after you came to her with the two keys that your third one is gonna be around here somewhere.
One more time?
Yeah,
Could you ping that again?
Yes, indeed.
South.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Southwest
Thank you.
direction.
West southwest. So I think what we're gonna do is the same as last time. We'll have you guys roll initiative on this map. Go ahead and click your tokens over near Keep Silex so that you get the initiative roll properly. And we'll have us make the moves in initiative order. All right, so we got Montlarin, we got Ambergreen, we got Naya. Nice roll, Montlarin. We got Albus, we got Irenaeus.
There we go.
We got Nimbus. He is ready to go hiking in the woods.
During the downtime, by the way, I probably would have taken some time to talk with Captain Van to see how his expedition's been going and what they've discovered.
Captain Van has not had, unless you've picked up sending, he has not set up a communication device yet.
Oh, well then.
However, I will let you know when he does.
God, he's been out there for like 6 months.
I think he left. I don't know. It's still only been I think he left in like the beginning of winter or late fall. So, we're getting there. Don't worry. He'll be back soon.
I want to be back. I want them treasures.
All right. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a free 2 spaces. So Nimbus, if you want to just move 2 spaces for free, and then you can do the third one normally. And then we'll hop into the regular initiative order. So you guys get the first half of the day. No encounters, no problems for free. Just because you're in a area you've basically been through before. And now we're moving into new territory, I suppose.
Yeah, might as well. Since we're moving the wrong way against a hexagonal grid.
Yep. All right. So go ahead and yep, 120, perfect. All right. So you guys have been walking for most of the day already. The area here, the ground is dry, albeit still fairly snowy from the occasional snowfall. For the most part, pretty undisturbed. You see the occasional animal tracks and trails through the woods in the winter. But the forest grows thick around you, and it's for the most part pretty quiet and pretty peaceful. Sun setting pretty early, so you guys will fairly soon get ready to make camp and everything. And then Albus Taver, you can move our next space, and then we'll have you roll for Night Watch.
And that's encounter check, right?
Indeed.
Sweet.
Yes. Yeah, encounter check is the D20.
All right. I will do that, and then we'll go down. I believe will be the next one.
Okay.
Great. I rolled a 5.
Nice. You spend the evening hanging out, keeping yourself awake, doing your new exercises that you've adopted. I assume Albus Taver is quite religious with them.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's even invented games with his mage hand, and is also figured out how to also plank with one
God, I'm
side
just
hand,
imagining
and
like
then cartography as well.
the camp is trying to sleep, and this dude is casting Mage Hand every 1 minute off on the side, doing his vocal components.
It's like that scene,
at 1 a.m.
that scene in Stand By Me where what's his face's character, River Phoenix, is going off telling the story of watching the dog the dog faces sleep, and they're just like, shut up.
But the night passes uneventfully for you, happily enough, and you all make it to dawn. Naya, after the team packs up camp, you are next up. Well, Naya, you got the free space, but you could decide which hex we take.
Oh,
We could go up more. I mean,
I went down.
all right.
And do I need to do an encounter check as well?
Nope. First one is free. So then we'll go on to Aranis for the noon check.
All right. So let's just head a little bit closer towards the river. Encounter check.
A 3 is good for you, and nothing happens.
Okay. Good.
Montlaren's up.
Alrighty.
$13. Still nothing happens on a 13.
All right.
So once again, you guys have had a pretty uneventful day so far, making your way through the large forest that you find yourselves in. Ambergreen, you're up.
Cool.
I like going like this with initiative. This is, I think, a better system than just randomly picking who goes.
Certainly
Plus the
quickly, and
the-
everybody gets some involvement.
Everybody gets some involvement, and the uneven team size versus the daily traveling distance makes it so everybody gets to do something different every day. Okay, Ambergreen. Also rolled a 13. So you also have a very uneventful evening as you guys camp out.
Yay.
Moving along nice and quick.
No triple threat rule. Well, 3 13s and something terrible happened.
Oh, that would be cool.
Tarrasque.
That would be fun. Yeah. We could do that if you want.
Tarrasque?
Do you want to?
Not the Tarrasque.
All right. Nimbus, you are up for the free space move. Cool.
I do want to kill me a fucking hallucinogenic rabbit. That
well
fucking I want it dead.
Albus, was that your move just now?
No.
Oh, Nimbus, you got the free one. You don't need to do the next one.
Oh, okay.
So Albus, if you want to move there anyway, you can do the roll.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hey, a 16 is cool. So Albus Tower, can you roll the actual encounter button now? You have achieved something delightful.
Is it the rabbit? Do I speak of the devil and the devil is summoned?
No.
Thank you for at least being honest.
What you see is so where are you in the party order, Albus? I kind of feel like you're probably around the back, or are you riding on Montlaren's horse?
I'm riding on Montlaren's horse. It's a
Okay.
better means of cartography. Yeah, I can see farther.
So that's true. And as you look up to survey the land around you, you have just for clarity, Montlaren, are you guys in the back or the front?
Usually I'm in the front.
Okay. So you'd be seeing this kind of ahead of the party and off to the right, in your sort of periphery, while Montlaren is guiding his horse. You spot between the trees a why don't you make a perception check to see how much detail you get? Okay.
Pow.
You spot between the trees. You don't think it's seen you yet, but you think it's probably going to see you pretty soon because you guys aren't particularly quiet or stealthy. A massive crimson snake creature making its way through the forest. However, it has instead of a snake head a golden humanoid torso, and the
Fucking
snow
salamander.
around it steams and evaporates as it moves.
Who
And
was at that battle?
Slung over its back is a not, you wouldn't say swelling, but definitely healthy black satchel that it's holding with both hands while it moves through the woods.
How far away is this?
Probably about 50 feet through a thicket. You just spotted it between a couple of trees.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
God damn it, 50 feet. All right.
You're the first person to spot it. So what would you like to do?
I would like to. Give me a second. All right, a second has passed.
Indeed.
I am going to cast Hideous Laughter and go, holy shit, that's cool! What's on its back?
You're casting Hideous Laughter at the creature immediately?
Yeah.
Alrighty. In that case, we'll start initiative.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna have to pull you guys over to a free space.
I think I slap Montlaren's like breastplate first, like look at that! Holy shit, cool shit! And throw my like small tiny tarts at it.
Battle map.
Battle map. Well, he's attacking it.
I'm incapacitating it. That is entirely different. I told it a really funny joke. Also, it has a satchel.
Yeah,
Really,
I'm
I just
guessing
needed
it's
to get.
one of the Dragon Kids scouts out to loot.
Let's see. Is this 50 feet? That's a little further than 50 feet.
Really, I needed to get closer so I can like steal from its satchel.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you guys are kind of like this or something. Roughly. Do you like
Don't
that?
let me get close to Alvestab or I might smack him.
Okay.
Hey, he said it might spot us anyway, so if you say, why the hell did you blow our cover? I was going to be like, we were traveling and it was traveling, it was going to spot us.
You can't click on yourself.
No.
Nobody can click on yourself?
Nope.
I can't.
Not.
I put you all on the map layer.
I
There
cannot
we go.
click myself. Myself.
You guys are on the token layer now.
Thank you.
Nimbus, are you up ahead?
I'm guessing.
Hold. Don't roll initiative
Wait,
yet.
let me ask this: where is forward relative to the horse? Is it to the right or is it to the top?
It is up.
Oh, okay. Then I would probably be like somewhere
Okay.
around here.
Okay, you guys can roll initiative now. Thanks for waiting.
Please clear the other rolls.
No, those are those ones that you rolled are solid. You're fine with them.
Okay.
Montlaran, I'll give you back that 21.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I don't like going early.
Most people actually do.
I know, but I'm the healer, so it's kind of
I
like,
was gonna say it really depends on what you do.
yeah.
All right.
Maybe Ambergreen's going to be the healer.
But I can actually agree.
I
like to go
have some heals.
Yeah, I know you do. Saved my
So,
bacon a couple times.
Just to
I have something like a heal now.
just to fuck with you guys and make this make sense, I am going to toss a few. Let's put these on the map.
Thanks so much, sir.
You're welcome. We're just going to put some trees. These are trees.
Roll sanity.
Red trees, huh?
No, that's why I said roll sanity.
No, they're like cherry trees.
Right.
Of course, it's winter, so that makes no sense. But still,
It's okay. It's Redshift.
Yeah, they're red shifted trees. That's it.
All right. So, just to give you guys something to work with here. Very good. Consider those to work as normal trees, and consider them why this fellow hasn't seen you yet. So, Albus Taver, you are very luckily actually up first. Let me roll the initiative for this lad.
Surprise action?
He is. We're not going to call him surprised, I think, because you guys weren't being particularly stealthy. But hey, you get to go first, Danny.
All right. So it's canonically.
He rolled a 6. Yeah. You made canon rolls, so well done. All right. So can you tap that spell and I'll have him do the save?
Yeah, I'm actually going to move forward first because I just looked at its description and it has a distance of 30 feet.
Keep in mind that you're going to have some cost to dismount. Is that half your move?
Nah, man, I'm super acrobatic. Maybe.
You can still use your bonus action to dash, so it's not a big deal.
Most definitely.
I'm just, gonna be pedantic for Serb's sake.
Yes, thank you, Nimbus. Dismounting costs half of your movement.
Only half? Okay, well, maybe I'll just,
Can you stand on the saddle and cast it?
No, he's not in range.
Close enough, yeah.
Not in range.
Yeah, he needs to move 20 feet closer. So,
okay, should I roll a nit for Bet Mountie there?
If you want, yeah. I think the way a mount works, if you're controlling it, hang on, I just had it up.
Right, doesn't it share my initiative?
Double check Fine Steed, because I'm pretty sure your Fine Steed has its own.
Well, you can either control the mount or allow it to act independently. Let's see. The initiative of a controlled mount changes to match yours when you mount it. An independent mount maintains its place in initiative order, so it can act as it wishes. So basically, I think could you pop the spell for Find Steed in there just so we can double check if it says specifically if it's one or the other. I would assume with Find Steed you can kind of decide either way if you're controlling it or if it wants to act independently. Serves as a mount. Any spell? Yeah, it doesn't say, and it is. It does have an intelligence of 6. So I would say if you want to fully control your mount, then you can do that. Otherwise, you can have Bet Mountie act on his own initiative, and then he can do things. In which case, I might decide what he does.
Then get this. Can I prepare hideous laughter for when Bet Mountie is within range of Salamander Dude?
You would be able to, but you might want to ask Montlarin if he's going to go in that direction.
Well, I have suggested the strategy.
Okay. So it's not exactly the good guy thing to do to just attack a guy because he's wandering in the forest with a fat sack of loot, my little friend.
No, he might be a scout of the dragon, and he was already going to be on the path of seeing us anyway, and this is how we're going to get the drop on.
6 seconds, by the way.
Yep. My suggestion is that we get close and I yell at him, and if he reacts aggressively, then you cast your spell.
All right. But essentially, I'm doing the same thing, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna do my thing.
It's important to me that my motives are pure. That's all I'm saying.
Most definitely. Okay. If this is that like thing that the knights do in the story where they shout their name.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Alvis, you can spend your spell slot and prepare to cast that spell when you come into range.
Ooh, yeah. All right.
And use your reaction for it.
Yep. That's what I'll do.
Okay. So Montlarin, now it's your turn, and I think we'll decide that you're controlling the mount for this guy.
Yeah. At least until I dismount.
Okay. So you should have control over the warhorse, so feel free to.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna move there and sort of poke out from around the tree and say, "Ho there!"
All right.
I will also receive an attack if he comes within range.
Sure. So you pull up, you say ho there. You immediately catch the attention of this creature. He in fact, he looks over before you even shout because he hears you approach. And roll insight.
All right.
May I also roll insight?
You may.
Thank God.
Alvis Taver, you see his eyes widen with what looks like some level of, if not recognition, then some level of shock and preparedness. And
The Blackguard knows.
he turns around and starts slithering away as fast as he can.
Let loose the spell. The
Okay,
Blackguard knows.
You let loose the spell. So what's he got to do?
So I
Slap that button.
Wisdom save?
I think it's a wisdom save. Wisdom saving throw. What's your save DC? Let's find out.
It should say DC 13.
Oh, he rolled an 11. Okay. So this creature is you are now concentrating, so let's put a little clock on you.
Yay, you got an awful nice sack there.
Good.
That's my joke.
Wow.
You don't even
So-
know what's in it. It could be a dead body.
Yeah, but the sack is really nice.
It's just swinging.
The sack is dropped, and the creature tumbles over to the side and starts snake-like writhing around with its arms clenched around its chest in a fit of wild laughter. Has a very very deep, almost like Genie Jafar like voice that you can hear through his laughter. Yeah, okay, that sounds good, Montlauren. You can do that. And then we'll move over to Naya's turn. So that everybody else saw that just happen. There is now a cackling snake man on the ground. And one thing you guys should be aware of is that this prone, incapacitated, flailing snake is causing the surrounding snow and dirt to steam up quite fiercely around it, just from, you assume, its body heat.
Oh boy. It's not clothed, is it?
No. The only thing that it has is slung over its back. It had or it still has a spear, kind of in like a black leather-looking holster that's over its chest. And the only other thing it had was the sack of stuff.
What did you do to it, Elvis?
Oh, you've seen this before. He's used it to great success many times.
It's laughter. I've used it on you.
Yeah, I'm just saying I can't ascertain its intent while it's doing that.
Oh, it definitely recognized us, and it has quite a theme about it. I believe we know whom, or to whom this works for.
Well, I suppose we should see what it was carrying.
Most definitely. I am concentrating, so my mage hand has spurted out of it.
That's my turn for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I'm still reserving that attack for if it turns hostile.
All right, so
okay.
Naya,
Yeah, that can be your.
since we
reaction.
have a prone mob,
Yeah,
she's-
keep in mind that if anybody does damage to it, it gets extra saves.
Right.
what do you mean?
to break out of the laughter. If you hit it, it gets a save. to try
it
to
gets a
break
save.
out.
Yeah, at the end of each of its turns, at each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on the saving throw if triggered by damage. On a success, the spell.
Yep.
Wait, that's not funny at all.
Well, I was going to use Entangle since it's already on the ground, but
Does Entangle do damage?
I was going to say Entangle doesn't
Yes.
do damage, does it? Or is it just
Only
hold?
when they move, right?
Yeah, but he's thrashing around.
grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into difficult terrain. A creature in the area, when you cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
I don't think that's dealing it damage.
That does not deal damage.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty good. You could do that as long as it doesn't deal damage. I thought it was like Thorny Fines or whatever that other
Okay,
spell
it's
that
a
you-
90-foot
my version
range,
does
so I'm going to
damage.
go ahead and do that.
Okay. Go ahead and pop that spell.
we can
Okay.
pop this for some
I'm
information.
assuming you put this on not any of your friends,
Right.
correct? Okay.
Covering the retreat
We'll have
path.
you. We'll have you start concentrating, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw. So
Tasha's laughter causes
Against my spell save DC.
yeah, it causes incapacitation. So I don't think it has disadvantage on strength. So
can't take actions or reactions.
yeah, so this will be a regular strength check. Ooh. What's your spell save DC?
Where do I find it?
It should be right above your spells on the character sheet.
Yeah, let's say save DC right above your spells.
Next to attack and no. Your no roll.
Your number of spells.
Yes.
Oh, save DC is 15.
All right, so he rolled a 16, so he beats you on that one.
Okay.
He's just laughing and thrashing too hard for the vines to grab him.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny.
Maybe a little too hot and they're kind of burning a little bit.
So would you like to move or anything on your turn? Nonetheless, you can concentrate and keep that area difficult terrain if you like. So it's not like you completely wasted the spell.
All right, I'm going to move. What is my turn? 30 feet?
Yeah.
1, 2. That's 25. I'll go there.
Okay. Nimbus and Badath, you're up. I'll let you guys move as a unit if you like, because you're in the initiative together.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Basically, just gonna put on a mage armor and kind of move closer. Let's see. Mage armor is full action, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, Badath. I'm just gonna have Badath kind of stay reasonably high out of reach, but
Okay.
within useful areas. Maybe like 30 feet.
Yeah. All right, Irenaeus, what would you like to do?
Are we trying to get information out of this thing? Where did that dropped parcel end up?
Just right next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't throw it or anything.
Move there and snatch it up.
Okay. It's pretty big and pretty heavy. But you're also big and strong, so it's not too much for you to lift up. You kind of have to like dance around the thrashing snake tail to kind of get at it and grab it and then get out of there safely without getting knocked on your ass. But you do. Would you like to open it up?
Yeah, let's open it up and take a look.
You find a sack filled with gold and silver treasures.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, is that all?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
There's all sorts, and you'll have to take some time to kind of sort through it. But it's a sack of loot.
All right.
Well, credit to Elvis Taver. He had a good eye.
Well,
I
we
can
know who they work
smell it.
for.
I think he smells gold.
I think they work for the
I'm a gnome.
the dragon princelings.
Yeah. When it sees you grab the bag, the snake man kind of like pushes himself up on one hand and like reaches out to try to stop you from taking it. But you pull it away while he's disabled and like pull out a coin or a thing to look at it. And for some reason, the act of you looking at this item is hilarious and sends him into another fit.
I mean, it is
He
fun.
pulled out the coin.
Mostly because what she does when
Nice.
it's just gold and silver and nothing like information wise is just tie it back up and toss it basically back at Nimbus's feet.
Okay, yeah.
And just to get it out of the way and away from this thing.
That is incredibly rude. I have a name.
So the salamander spends the entire turn laughing and gets a wisdom save at the end. Oh, he rolled a 9. He's still happy.
All right.
Nimbus, can you make a perception check?
Yeah.
And Naya as well, please.
Oh. This token doesn't look like the salamanders we've seen before. Or fire snakes.
I think the last fire snake salamanders were younger ones. I think this one's a little older.
That's fair.
Nimbus and Naya, you both hear between laughter when he's able to catch his breath for a second and like have like half a second of sanity before falling back into his fits. You hear the occasional Ignan or draconic words spattered in. Nothing meaningful. Just he's trying to speak at you in an accusatory manner.
Nimbus, he's not actually casting a spell, is he?
No,
Basically,
no,
like
he can't right
you,
now.
the bag, my loot.
Oh, tough toenails, buddy.
Don't worry, we'll pump him from information first.
Evergreen, you have a turn.
Yeah. I was looking. My speed is only 13.
Wait, why is your speed 13? That's not right for any character.
I was like, what the fuck is up with that? But I don't know if I'm encumbered.
No, what happened? Hold on. That's wrong.
I'm not encumbered even.
You're not encumbered. I don't know how your speed got to 13. Please go into edit mode and change it to 25.
I was gonna say, but I thought it was supposed to be 25.
It's not loot.
Maybe you were encumbered at some point and cut it in half, and we forgot to change it back.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna have to wait for my character sheet to load again.
Yeah, of course.
Proper term actually is swag.
Yeah, he called it loot, though. I heard that.
Yeah, I would have. I just asked the two native speakers to roll, but yeah, anybody who knows those languages would have heard a couple bits here and there.
I'm just saying that that assuages a lot of the guilt I was feeling a second ago.
You said his boss was a giant, right? Right. I use a free action to shout at him in giant accusatorily.
It's really funny. So Amber Green, yeah, you would have 5 spaces of movement normally.
Okay.
So whatever you'd like to do on your turn, and you can dash if you like, as always. Any other plans?
No, I'm just walking towards them. Wait, 3, 4, 5. I think is there. That's 5 tiles. I'm just walking towards them and unslinging my warhammer in case I'm going to have to start swinging it at something.
Sure. Okay. Alistair, you're up again. So this creature has been thrashing about for the past few seconds under the confines of your spell. Did you dismount already, or are you up on the horse still?
I am still on the horse.
Okay, so Montlarin has had to keep Bet Mounty kind of like a couple steps back from this thing as it flails around and throws boiling snow everywhere.
I have fireproof pants.
I bet you do. Okay. So he can coil around your legs and nothing will happen. Yeah, that's still happening. What would you like to do?
So no, we've talked about that. I have fireproof pants. So
Yes.
can I wrangle me up a fire serpent man?
Do you want to wrestle this creature?
With my whip and and maybe mage hand. Yes, absolutely. I'll even stop concentrating.
You realize that's going to be an attack, right? That's going to.
You guys going to bed?
Of course, that would be an attack. Yes.
Okay.
But
Good.
we're also
Rest well.
we also want to incapacitate him, so we can actually get information out of him as well. And I am proficient in a rope-like weapon, so I feel that maybe I could do that.
You're like 3 feet tall.
I know. Snake Wrangler.
He's like 9 feet long.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Crocodile Hunter?
I was gonna say it's more like Dune.
actually,
You're gonna try to
hold on.
ride the fucking sandworm.
He didn't
Hold on,
use
hold
a
on,
whip,
so-
and they weren't on fire.
I have fireproof
Um,
pants.
Just pants, though.
just pants.
Details, Nimbus.
Let me double check. Where is the?
I could get on his
snake.
shoulder because I am so small. Yeah, I could just hog tie his mouth.
Okay.
How do you
Well,
hog tie
Try
a
to
snake?
choke him out with your legs.
I must tell you that the target of your grapple must be no more than 1 size larger than you. This creature is 2 sizes larger than you. That's
Oh.
Aww.
however,
I won't do that though.
however, you might be able to trade you might be able to get a keep him prone with your whip because he's already prone.
Mm-hmm.
But that would that would give him a save on his thing.
Oh yeah, no, that would definitely give him a save on this thing, but that might also put him in a position to where we can all surround him and now talk to him, rather than, him laughing uncontrollably.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to hop down and try to wrap your whip around him, go ahead.
I could also be jumping the gun, guys. Would you want me to hold my action till other people get here and do this?
Might not be a bad idea.
I mean, we're all within a turn, and if he breaks free of hideous laughter in that turn,
It's not like he gets a free turn Dungeons or Darkest Dungeon style.
yeah, right. So yeah, it's probably better to prepare.
Better to prepare. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Alvis Taver stands up on Bet Mounty's neck armor shit and announces that he's going to do this once. Shit, is that a proper trigger? I don't know if that's a proper trigger.
Do you just want to do it on your next turn?
Yeah, I'll just do it on my next turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Great. Okay then. Yeah. So Albus, you'll wait there. Montlarin, what would you like to do?
I'm waiting keen.
I'm just gonna reserve an attack in case the plan fails.
Okay.
Wrangle me a snake man.
Wait, don't
Naya,
you have
what would you like to
a banished fiend elementally sort of thing?
What was that?
The Montlarin with a.
I can't banish it. I can just make it run away.
Oh, well, we don't want that. Okay, never mind.
Right, exactly.
We stopped that.
For my turn, I'm going to hang 10 right where I am.
All right. Nimbus.
Gonna
You go to bed?
probably drag the bag back here behind this tree,
Sure.
and then 1, 2, 3.
Also, Morio's
4.
clothes aren't fireproof.
The ones you got from him were no.
Okay.
But you remember he was quite the scaled gentleman, so he might not have needed fireproof clothing.
True.
And I'm going to reserve an action if it breaks the laughter.
Nice breeze coming through here.
I'm going to try to keep it pinned to the ground. Wait, does that actually work on large? Let me double check. Would I even know that? Character sheet, come back up. Why did I close you? Okay.
Gonna wrangle me a fire lizard man. It's
Sorry.
gonna be awesome. Yeah, Alvis Taver spends his turn basically taking off his shirt and folding it meticulously inside of, his backpack and everything. He's like a drunk guy getting ready to jump off of like the second story porch onto a trampoline.
Okay, it doesn't actually say anything about size, so if it starts to get up, I'm basically gonna blast with the geyser to try to keep it pinned down and keep it from getting on its feet.
Good idea getting the fire extinguisher, brah.
Irenaeus.
All right. So we're just kind of setting up big attack while this guy's. All right. Oh, he's prone. He's incapacitated. Should I start? Should I hit him? I'll hit real hard for sure.
You will do a very good hit if you choose to.
Can you get on the other side of him so he doesn't like run away?
Oh, you know what? That is a good idea. We can just kind of, if he's gonna run by both of us.
That's still in the area of the grasping vines, by the way. I'm guessing.
Oh shit!
I have the movement speed.
They're just difficult terrain for you. They don't hurt you or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the save is only when it's cast, and then it's just difficult terrain.
Gotcha.
So, if I take this time to get this salamander, let me turn on advantage because he's prone, and let's start in on him. And I think it's not quite a crit.
Wow.
But it is.
That's a shitty ass sneak attack, dude.
It's a weird one, but it is 15 damage.
All right, so he
Not a
gets
bad opener.
save with advantage. So
Advantage.
Yeah, delete him a little bit before we try to get information out.
all
Oh,
right,
that was definitely not fucking funny.
that that was not funny at all.
Well, we already know who he works for. What else more could he tell us?
And
The location of
Irenaeus,
clothes.
on that hit, you take.
Oof.
I gotta roll. You take 4 fire damage.
I take 4 fire damage then.
Because of the heat this creature radiates.
Yeah.
But you did 15.
15
Fair trade.
magical. So if that matters.
15 what?
Magical?
Yep.
Alright, if that matters. And then yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right, so he mad.
Of course.
Yeah. So you strike and the attack. It's kind of tough to get in there because of the heat and the thrashing. But you manage to deal a large wound to one of his arms, and he basically immediately snaps out of his laughter. And so, Albus, you'll lose your concentration.
Jump back down onto Bet Mounty's neck so I don't fucking fall off.
And what he does in retaliation is to pull out his spear, and
Maybe
2
get up.
get up. Okay. So he has to make a strength saving throw.
Didn't Bet Mounty, not Bet Mounty, but Montlarin have a ready at action?
Yep, I do.
He easily makes a strength saving throw.
Ooh, scary.
That makes
Against
sense.
that
He's
five.
kind of a big dude.
Yeah. So you try to blast him with water, but he just like holds up an arm and keeps it out of his face. And
Steam pours everywhere.
yep. And he looks around for a moment. And Albus Taver, with disadvantage, his tail lashes out at you on Bet Mounty's back.
Fuck.
That's why I didn't use my attack.
Nice. Thank you.
Dope.
All right. So Montlarin, you're able to intercede on that one and prevent the tail from striking him. And at that point, he backs up just a step and just kind of gets into a position with a spear on the defensive. Evergreen, you're up.
Right on. All right. So, having seen all of that, now I'm probably going to hasten.
It's like going on a bear hunt, except the exact opposite.
I'm going to go.
Not a fire story, but a story.
That's 25. Lined up straight. So he looks defensive, or does he look like he's going to kick an ass?
He roll insight for me, actually.
All right.
His weapon is in hand. He is surveying the area. You can't tell if he's defensive or getting ready to sweep that spear across all 3 of the people in front of him at once.
Gotcha. All right. Gosh, I guess it makes most sense for me just to shoot him.
I mean, we got his gold. We could back off now. No, I'm joking.
But we can't let that guy get away.
No, absolutely not.
And we can't exactly take him with us. So, kind of like I figured at the beginning, we just signed up for a murder.
Wow.
Nice 21.
Holy
dude.
shit, man.
Holy shit, dude.
This is war.
Yeah, that's my no. That wasn't even my warhammer. That was my guiding bolt.
Yep. All right. Second level. 18. He takes it. And next attack has advantage on him.
Correct.
I've never seen a druid do that.
I'm not a druid. I'm a bard.
Sorry, a bard. Yeah.
All right. Albus.
Yeah, I pointed at it and I sang
Yeah.
words.
Is he 5 feet away or 10 feet away from me?
He's 5 feet away from you. The horse is not in an accurate location. So.
That, by the way, is the power of rock, Albus Tavern.
All right, so attacks on him have advantage?
The first attack on him after that turn has advantage, yeah.
Lovely. Okay, well, I'm going
He's
to attack him.
dazzled by my shining light.
I'm going to attack him with my with my rapier.
Alrighty. You do have sneak attack.
Nice.
Your rapier is not magical, so
That's a dope sneak attack roll, though.
it is.
Nice. Yeah.
So you feel like you're a little bit less effective than you'd like, and you take 7 fire damage. As the kind of just as you get close enough to deal damage, the heat radiating off this thing scalds you.
I can fight this creature from farther away. Ah!
Not Lauren.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is have Bet Mountie attack with his hooves.
Okay, now does...
He can attack, but doesn't he have a HP of 1?
No, he has an HP of 19.
Oh, okay.
You can control him out. It moves as you direct it. It has 3 actions: dash, disengage, and dodge.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll do my own attack. Not worry about it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're controlling Bet Mountie, it can only dash, disengage, and dodge. If you want Bet Mountie to do stuff on its own, then basically probably the way we'll do it most of the time is you can tell me what you want him to do, and then I'll control him for the course of the battle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds good.
Do you have like any horseback culture, Cerberus, in your world? Because Alvis Tavern would shout something like Mongol tactics to try to hint to Montlarin.
To be honest, I haven't written any.
Ah, okay. Well, some kind of like we should run by him. So maybe if he's able, Montlarin should attack and then maybe disengage so that we can get at least 10 feet away.
Yeah, actually, so one of the actions is a disengage. So you'd be able to kind of do that ride by sort of movement with an attack.
Yeah, so let's do that. I will spin Bet Mountie around, take a swipe with my sword.
Okay.
Do you get the 2 attacks yet?
I do.
He does have 2 attacks. A 15 will hit, so will a 21
Nice
for a
rolls,
total of
guys.
9. Well, actually, that's going to be 1 plus 3, so it comes out to the same. Okay. So
Can I also Divine Smite both of those?
you could Divine Smite both of those if you like. Yes. So it's going to be 4 base damage, and then another 6.
Isn't it a fiend or is it elemental?
Montlarin, you do not get the extra juice. So 10. Is that 22 damage? All the work on that last spell slot?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you slap the shit out of this boy with that sword.
Wow.
Thunder claps as the sword hits.
And then I will disengage and finish my move.
Yeah, okay. Naya, you've got a turn. These guys have just bombarded this thing with a series of attacks very quickly.
Yeah.
It's if it had feet, it would be backpedaling.
Yeah, you said 10 feet, right?
Yeah, I did. That's within range of my whip, which I kind of want to use now because it's a little
Well, I
bit.
got the hit, but not much damage.
Indeed. So let's see. The target and each creature within 5 feet have to make the throw. So it's going to make a Dex saving throw. It's not restrained or anything anymore, so it can do that. Completely
Nice.
botched. So it'll take the 3. It'll take the 3 cold, and the knife sizzles and scalds on its skin, and you see it leave a dull brown mark where it lands on the red hot scales.
Okay, did I manage to avoid Irenaeus?
I believe so.
No. Each creature. So yeah, Irenaeus, you've got to make a saving
It's
throw.
a 5-foot radius if it hit. All right, I can do that.
Oh, you know what?
I was aiming like on the left side of that circle.
Yeah,
but-
it's such a funny description because, like, what if you hit
I
something
think-
that everybody's encircled? That's a 16 by 16 creature. Do they all get hit by in the 5-foot radius?
Right.
I think the intention is that every creature adjacent to it would probably get hit.
Okay, I can make it.
So we'll rule it like that for now.
I fail the dex save, but I only take the 3 cold damage, which
Right.
that's
Okay. Well, I'll heal you up.
it's nothing.
Sorry, man.
It's all good.
Oh, hey, sir.
Yes.
I never took any heat damage from smacking the shit out of that guy.
Oh, thank you. So let's see. Any creature that hits it with a melee attack, so you take it twice.
Right.
Oof.
Try and stay honest. Ooh,
Thank you
holy
very
crap.
much for accepting that 14 fire damage into your life.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I'm going to
spicy.
need to toss a healing spirit out there for you guys.
Okay, Nimbus, you're up.
How's it looking at this point?
Like I said for Naya, if this thing had feet, it would be backpedaling harshly at this point. It's barely gotten a chance to move, and has only been able to just barely keep its spear between your attacks and its vitals so far.
Yeah, it fell over laughing, started to scramble up, and then got hit a lot.
Then we beat the crap out of it.
If we could incapacitate it, pump it for information before we kill it.
We don't have a target in this, right? Not like Fantasy Grounds.
No.
Alas, no.
Okay.
So handy, that feature.
Tis handy indeed.
All right, Constitution saving throw. Oh, nice
Ooh.
crit.
Hot damn.
Oh, wow.
All right, it avoids that whole thing. Cool. And then Dragon's Breath on Badath.
Yep. Cold.
Okay.
And because that's obviously what's coming, you can just use that roll for this one.
Sure. All right, so he'll make the Dex saving throw now, and fails.
Nice.
So when the Badath sweeps this snake man with the cold breath, just all the light goes out of its whole body, and the heat dissipates all at once. And he shoves his spear into the dirt to try to support himself, and then just slides down it and slumps down onto the ground.
Oh,
Well, the
poor guy.
commission's safe.
Wish we'd been able to get more information from it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it was just like, fuck it.
A little too
Killing a
dangerous
monster.
to restrain.
Yeah, is
I'm
he
not
dead
sure.
or is he unconscious?
Would you like to check?
I would like to check.
Okay.
I would back Mont up.
You take a moment to kind of get close and check. And why don't we see a medicine check for once?
Shit, it's too bad I didn't prepare Revivify.
Damn.
I'll kill you, I'll rev you, and then I'll kill you again.
Montlauren, you just kind of put your hand in front of its mouth and nose.
Burns.
And it's still hot, but you don't feel any breathing.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think we killed it.
Well, I don't know that we were going to be able to get too much information out of it. I think we ran a greater risk of having it run back and let them know that we're still here to launch the attack on Maricus.
I agree.
Yeah, and I don't actually speak any language that it speaks as far as I know, so.
You know, this is out of character. How do we feel about the desecration of sentient creatures? Because I would imagine its scales are probably pretty useful.
Oh yeah, no. See, Albus Taver, no. See, Albus Taver's okay with this. He was going to ask a similar question.
I would imagine maybe we would
I'll come with you, Montlauren.
ask you to do it during camp or something so we don't have to watch or smell it.
Nimbus, you're not going to help me? You have some, knowledge in what might be important here.
I'm also not going to eat it because the last time that happened, people got really sick.
I
And
wouldn't do that.
it's like burning on fire, like naturally. That's gotta be spicy.
Yeah, not happening.
I've definitely had snake before, Albus says to himself.
So, we would probably then, I guess, recover the bag, put that on that Mountie. Tie it extra tight so that a certain someone doesn't go poking into it while we're riding.
What the fuck, man? I'm the one who found it.
Oh, you think just because you spotted it, you didn't kill it? Irenaeus is actually the one that extracted it from the situation. So, team effort.
Oh,
So I've put down a healing spirit for anybody that needs some heal.
Oh, most definitely.
So what was it now? Equal to your wisdom modifier can get that. So 4 people we can use it 4 times.
Yeah.
So you can roll that 1d6 4 times. So you hit the 2. Just roll 3 more 1d6s, and then whoever wants it can decide what order you guys want to go.
Nice.
I think that'll cover both Irenaeus and me. as
okay,
is.
so that's
Well, I don't know what
got
kind of
my
shape
full
everybody's in, so whoever
two,
needs
then
it. Go ahead.
2, then 3, 6, then 2.
Yeah.
You guys decide amongst yourselves, please.
I'm good. I don't need anything.
I'm missing 7. Yes.
Oh, I am also missing 7 points. So, yeah.
Okay. Let's just make it. I'll take the 6, and then you can get the rest.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Easy.
I am
Alrighty.
down with that.
So are you guys going to make camp here and loot this corpse?
I mean, this was the evening already, wasn't it?
Almost.
Supposed to?
Yeah, it wouldn't be unreasonable for you guys to stop here.
Okay.
You'd be
Yeah, might as well.
you'd be cutting your hike a little short for the day.
Oh,
but-
yeah, there were 2 more, weren't there? Because we're gaining 2 points, then 3 points, 6 points, 2 points.
2, 3, 6, 2.
Yeah, it was a total of 13. You guys divvied it
Yeah.
up, right?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, you're
Okay.
correct.
All right. Sweet. So we're all up.
So my understanding then is that Albus Tabor and Nimbus are going to be dealing with this creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want anything to do with it.
Can't remember. Aaron Ace doesn't take the trophies. That was
That was one of our retired friends. Yeah.
yeah.
What was the spear like, by the way? An example.
On investigating the spear, you find that after it has cooled off for a few minutes, it is ordinary steel.
It's a big steel spear.
Yeah, it probably honestly wouldn't sell for too much.
While we're handling that, I'd probably ask for either Amber Green or Naya, if either of them have it up, to detect magic and try to figure out if any of those items are actually magical or if they're just treasure.
I don't have it up. I don't have it prepared.
I do not have it prepared.
Okay. Well, then before we start breaking down the body, I'd probably take a moment to do that. We'd probably separate them and have people, if there's any magical items, have people investigate them while we're doing the body stuff.
What you find is that there are a lot of Veshan coins, silver and gold, and Veshan like silverware, like silver goblets and stuff like that. None of it is magical, as far as you can tell. None of it gives off any aura, nor does the creature or its spear. Altogether, it's about 300 gold worth of coins, plus all the other shit in the back.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
At the very least, it's keeping the stuff out of the Dragon King's hands. Helping fund our
Funneling
efforts
it
a
back
little.
to us.
So I'll need Albus Tabor and Nimbus to make a survival check.
Okey-dokey.
How many? How are we going to distribute the weight of all this gold?
Just
I can carry it on the horse, I think.
yeah. Ooh, those are not great.
Nope.
All right. You find it difficult to.
I don't have like a physical or mental what's it called die that I can use, huh?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I have 4 mental die.
Well, they would have weared off at your long rest.
Oh yeah, no, so never mind. Yeah, let me delete that.
Well, how did you rule on that? Because I thought you said last time that they were going to carry over because we didn't get to use them.
I think I decided that for Naya's extra spell slot that she got.
Oh, that's right. That was the one.
That's exactly what it was.
It was converted to inspiration anyway.
Oh, that's cool.
So you guys have a difficult time handling this creature. Obviously, it's half humanoid, and then the other half is a snake. But the scales are quite quite thin and difficult for you to extract. Altogether, let me ask you. I assume you're trying to essentially take the skin for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could potentially, maybe if not doing the best of a survivalist job, maybe with my sleight of hand, try to guarantee at least a clean piece. Do you know what I mean?
I think what we would be trying to do is get at least enough to get a shirt made to go along with your pants, so that way you can be properly protected. At least have the scales put over a piece of leather.
Yeah.
Leather vest.
You guys are having a pretty difficult time, so I'll let you make a sleight of hand at disadvantage to see if you can kind of salvage it and still get something clean out of it. That's good. So the amount of material you're able to get from this salamander is not a lot, but what you do get is clean enough and cut well enough that you think it would be usable.
Okay.
Right.
And there's no amount of using mending to try to take like shredded or imperfect cut pieces and kind of fuse them back together.
I don't think it's quite an object yet, technically
Gotcha.
speaking. So after that, unless you guys are planning to eat this person,
no.
No.
Are there any other parts that would be useful? Teeth or claws or anything? Or
why don't you make an Arcana check to see what you know?
all
right.
Jesus.
Well, we know about that one at least.
You know
He's
that
like, well, I am a wizard.
You know that there should be
It's a hobby of mine.
Some in various spots throughout the body. There should be some heat producing glands.
Fire glands.
Yeah. But with the survival checks you've made already, it will be a little bit more difficult to get a hold of them. But you can make one more check between the two of you to give it a shot.
Let's see. Mine is +2. So what's yours?
Oh, mine's +0.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, that's not going to be good enough. These things are small and they're hard to kind of get into, especially just having, like, I assume you guys basically
Honestly,
have a knife and not much else.
As poorly as we were doing earlier, I would probably just be trying to cut around them. So I've got those and maybe a little extra mass and just...
You nick them and your knife suddenly really hot.
I am the kind of guy who keeps extra bags, so that we can have samples and stuff like that.
Yeah, and basically just try to cool it off every now and then to make sure that they stay preserved.
You're able to pull out one intact organ that you understand to be responsible for producing the severe heat.
And the flesh.
The rest you either don't know where they're located or you botch in attempting to pull them out.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that'll be awfully useful.
Get it to
awful anyway.
Maybe, or maybe to a Smitty. Smitty might be able to use it as like a power cell or a fuel source.
Yeah,
Oriana can make them into fire-resistant coatings.
We'll see what can be done with it.
Are you going to put the gland in your inventory? I'll put the leather in my inventory, and then we'll just talk about it later.
I think the other
thing, the heavy stuff on the horse anyway.
Using maybe some sort of perhaps necromancy enchantment to be able to restore it back to life as a component of a piece of equipment, so we can have like a fire gland hammer or something, for example.
Nimbus, I like the way that you think.
We'll figure it out. The point is, we've got one. We've got a little bit more material, so you can increase your resistance to fire, which would be quite nice to have. And
I am quite disappointed that I didn't get to wrangle me a fire lizard.
you know, there are a dime a dozen. There's, tribes and cultures them out in the plane of fire. If you're really interested, there's, more than enough of them than you'll ever be able to handle. The ones that come here, though, are, I think, the ones that we're a little more worried about. And the last ones have been swarming around near the fire the fire elemental. So I wonder how this one got here and came to be seemingly under the dominion of the Dragon King. Maybe it wasn't.
It does suggest that Morio has another portal.
Well, Morio's
Or
dead,
something.
but yeah, the dragon, the
Yeah.
dragon family might have other ways, other means, other minions.
Of its
The fact
size.
that this one's not going to check back in is maybe even going to be a problem of its own.
No, that is a good point. And he before going back over to Bet Mounty, he gathers up what's left of this thing and creates a small fire and symbolically returns it to its plane.
So I'm just thinking of like, are you really going to be able to burn this thing's body, or is this just going to like...
I just was gonna want like dissipation, and then I was gonna like maybe blow the ashes away with like some prestidigitation or something.
You find after a short time that the fire is still fairly ineffective against this thing.
Yeah, I don't really have any acid at
It's
that
not generating heat anymore, so it would be safe to like bury.
Yeah.
But you probably have to bury it if you want to get rid of the body, or leave it to be eaten by something.
Probably be safer to bury.
Yeah, exactly. And so he gets a shovel. I mean, it was close to nightfall, wasn't it? Anyway, we could camp.
You guys were in the afternoon, yeah. So, like we said, you guys, I think everybody else is getting ready for camp while you two do this.
And then, Ambergreen describes how he's made it a personal goal for himself to ride exotic animals from all over the world.
What? Montlar makes a good point, though. Should we try and follow this salamander's trail back to where it was coming from with all this treasure?
I had kind of thought about that as well. There might still be enough of a trail left in the snow while we were doing body stuff. If you, I'd imagine if you went down the trail or whatever with your horse a little bit, you'd see a little bit where it was coming from.
Do we want to split the pot?
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit?
maybe worth the effort.
Yes, body stuff. That's what I said.
Vivisection.
But yeah, Lauren got a point.
Would you like to do that, Montlar?
Yeah.
Arnes.
Okay. Sure. Then both of you can make me a tracking check with survival.
Okay.
Oh, wow. We're rolling below 15s.
Let it be known I rolled a 2. Still got a 10.
All right.
Except on arcane checks, apparently.
Yeah.
And combat.
It left like a melted trail in the snow, correct?
That's true. So it's not super hard to follow. There are parts where you kind of lose it here and there, where the snow was thinner and you don't see a trail anymore. But then you're able to find it a couple times again later. You think you might be able to follow this out of camp the next morning if you want to.
Is
But
it coming from the same direction that we are already headed?
it is a
West-ish.
little more. It's hard to tell, but you think it might be aiming a little more northerly.
Okay. Okay.
I suppose the other option is to make a mark on the map and let scouts search for it. I mean,
That's probably a good idea.
Most assuredly.
At least there'll be a
we
smaller
can,
group
we can
so they
get you
can
guys back on the map now.
avoid
So
detection.
let's do that. Ooh, I saw all my disguise tokens not load for a second. That was good.
Booyah.
One of those. And then I would use my thing to get me spells back.
Yeah, and you guys can have your short rest.
I would just get my spell slot back then.
After that's all done.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. So I am having expended that. I have to mark it to 0 because you can't just click it. We'll add that.
All right, so we are on day 4 of adventure.
Do you like the smell of adventure?
I don't know. Do you guys? If everybody sit on the world map, go ahead and click your token, and then roll initiative again. We'll just restart it and go from the top.
Okay.
Mr. High Roller on the initiatives today.
I'm feeling very motivated today.
Apparently.
Cool. All right. So Nimbus, you'll be blowing the first morning move again, and then we'll move on to Mount Laurel for the second.
All right.
So it's up to you guys whether you'd like to follow that trail any further, or continue to your original destination.
You said the trail was south?
The trail started to veer north a little bit before Aranese and Mount Lauren had to break off back to you guys before they got too far.
Do we want to at least trace it a little bit so we can have a better idea if it veers off in some other direction or not? Just don't send our scouts on a random search.
Yeah, I mean, moving a hex north isn't going to kill us.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Okay, I would like you guys,
it was lava.
I would like you guys to make a survival check to see if you can keep up with it.
My survival sucks.
It's Nimbus's turn, so I'm going to have Nimbus do it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Character sheet. Why do I keep closing you?
It's a bad idea.
It's a
Double
bad
click it
idea.
to minimize it.
Yeah, I know. I usually
Likewise, you can pop it up in a different window.
I find that makes the game lag worse usually.
That's questionable, yeah. Right.
I do it all the time.
Oh, wait. That one. That one. Mouse wheel. Alright. Stop edit mode. And survival.
Wow. Okay. You're pretty sure some of the evidence you're seeing around here indicates that it keeps going north, but it's surprisingly hard to follow for what you'd think would be an obvious trail through the snowy woods. At a certain point, you think you might end up spending more time than it's worth getting lost following this thing, and you'd either have to hand it over to somebody else to follow or make a different decision. But it seems to be going the right way.
Okay. Well, that's the point that matters. So, is it still my turn, or is it moving to the next person?
It'll be Montlauren's turn.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, I feel like we ought to get back on track. We can have scouts look for this shit later. So I'm gonna start heading back the other way.
Sure. All right, Montlauren can make that encounter check. All is well. No more salamanders. Arneas, you're up next.
Perfect. And we're just going to keep going the same direction. Camera check.
All right, no problems in the afternoon today.
Okay.
You're continuing through the forest, thick in some spots, thin in others, but all really just the same massive forested area that you've been able to find up here. Alvis, you can move on to where you guys are going to camp for the night.
Booyah! Right here.
All right. And with a 19, Alvis, you have another peaceful evening of not much happening.
Get this map written and do push-ups at the same time.
Okay. I guess there's a source to that river.
Yeah, there must be, right?
That's really cool.
Yeah, you haven't crossed anything but smaller streams at this point. Not the couple 100-foot wide river that's indicated on these maps.
Right.
Naya, your turn to move in the morning. You're getting the free one, and then we'll go to Amber Green for the second one. So, Alvis Tabber, you I assume note to the rest of the party that you're getting pretty close to your expected destination here.
There's the freebie.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yep.
there was the river. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see.
Oh, yeah, actually, I noticed you guys were right on top of it. In fact,
Yep. Where'd the river go?
Standing there ankle deep.
Where'd it go?
So Naya, that one's free. Amber Green, you have the next one. You guys are moving into some grassy, kind of taller hills that are starting to break out of this forest here.
Where's our ultimate destination?
Kind of in the general area around here, according to what you were told.
Oh,
Somewhere. Cool. All right, so moving there, you can do an encounter check. A 4 is fine.
Like rolling hills?
Yeah.
Dancing, in fact, right?
They're hills, they're dancing.
And then Nimbus has a turn.
Okay. Before we move forward from here, I would try to kind of navigate to a higher point and raise Badath up to get a bit better sense of where we're going here. Yeah, if there's any landmarks or anything.
Yeah. So we'll do it the same way we usually do. So you guys take like a half hour break for a rest, and Nimbus will get up to a high point and send Badath up as high as he'll go, and give you some space around here. So Badath can see facing east is a building nestled into a cliff face a few miles southwest of you.
Pretty.
See, I think that's where we're heading then.
Maybe there isn't a source of the river.
So the river flows underground?
No.
It actually goes through the forest. It's just kind of hard to see between those trees. It's under them on the map.
We went
Yeah, the
over.
reason we hadn't seen it is because our token was covering it, so we didn't know.
We happened across a bridge that had been there for so long that it just kind of got overgrown.
I'm assuming Naya's got her water walk at the ready.
Yeah, that would make
Yeah.
sense.
So you guys are here. So let's bring you in.
Before we start anything, sir, is this a good time for a bio?
I was thinking it's a little late. So if everyone is okay with it, it might actually be a good time for us to take the 5 minutes to kind of get you guys set up here, and then maybe come back next week.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good, man.
Everybody okay with that?
I'm cool with that.
Cool.
Get some
Let me
sleep.
get you on the board, and we can let you guys know what you're seeing, and then you guys can think about what you're gonna do next.
Oh goodness, that's a lot here to unpack.
All right. So you arrive at a kind of a dais at the bottom of a hill, beneath a tall enclosed kind of like almost cubic building, flanked by long staircases, and about 20 feet up, these pillars support a ceiling over what appears to be a room on top of the cubic building itself. You can't quite see in there from here, but we can figure that out next time. And on the dais in front of you are 4 stone statues arranged around in that pattern, in various poses. They're all humanoid, but of nondescript features.
Gotcha. Do they look Vessian from sort of what we've seen, or do they look more like that ancient dwarvish, like not quite similar to what we've seen?
It's hard to put a label on them from here. What we'll do is next time we'll let you guys get closer and take a closer look at these, and maybe get some identifying features off of them. But this, I think, arriving at this location is a pretty good stopping point for us. This is going to be most likely a session. So we will do this next week. Get you guys whatever you can get out of here, and then get you back home.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That serpent dude wasn't much experience, was he?
I will give you experience for the adventure when you guys get back home and take your long rest.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
we'll add it all up.
Sweet.
Cool. We're here.
Yeah.
All right.
We're here. Good job, guys.
Battle music begin.
I mean, if you want it to, you can hit a rock. Not a hammer. But yeah, so if everybody is going to be here next week, then we're on 9 p.m. Eastern next week, and we'll do that.
Okay.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for the session.
Right
dude.
on. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Thanks for hosting.
Later,
Thanks
guys.
for playing, everybody.
See you guys.
Night.
Viewers, thanks for watching. See you later.